Welcome to Travel and Work Channel, a one-stop channel for all your travel, study, work and living abroad information. Please subscribe for consistent information. Thanks. You can increase the chances for you and your family to win the Diversity Visa Lottery. Before I go into this, I want to emphasize that it is free to participate in the DV Lottery program, and it is also very easy to apply for a visa. Once someone goes through the application process, the winners will be chosen using a randomized computer drawing. Applicants do not need a U.S. sponsor to be able to immigrate under this program. The choice of winners for the U.S. Diversity Visa Lottery is completely random. For the 50,000 available visas each year, between 13 million to 20 million eligible people from various countries in the world apply. Of course, people are always looking for ways to increase their chances of success. For example, some have tried entering more than once. This led the U.S. Department of State to implement this system that automatically disqualifies anyone who submits multiple entries. And the disqualification applies to all your applications. You can, however, increase your family's chances of becoming residents of the United States by various legal and acceptable means, which will be discussed. If you have a spouse, then both of you can apply separately. If you are both eligible, you should enter the Diversity Visa Lottery drawing. The best way to increase your family's chances of success is to have all eligible family members register for the lottery. For details on who meets the country, educational, and other eligibility requirements, see winning a green card through the Visa Lottery. A winning applicant can bring both spouse and unmarried children under age 21. For example, let's say you and your spouse are both citizens of Australia, you both work in skilled jobs, and both graduated from secondary school. As a family, you now have two numbers that might win the lottery. You can file one application under your name, and your spouse can file one application under his or her name. You will each receive a confirmation number. If one of you wins, the other enters as a derivative spouse. It is important to remember that each person applying for a diversity visa must meet the eligibility requirements. Therefore, if your spouse does not meet the employment, country, or education requirements, he or she is not eligible to apply on his or her own. Eligible children should also apply. There is no limit on how many eligible members of the same family may apply. If you have any children who have met the educational or work experience requirements, which usually requires them to be at least 16 to 18 years of age, those children should also enter the lottery. They won't, if they win, be able to bring you to the U.S. immediately, but they will start a path to helping you and other family members immigrate in the future. For example, if you and your 20-year-old son are eligible for diversity visas, and you both apply, your son wins, but you do not. Your son enters the United States and becomes a lawful permanent resident. After 5 years of living in the U.S., your son can become a U.S. citizen. As a U.S. citizen, he can petition for you and you can be considered his immediate relative to become a resident of the United States. For someone to be able to apply for the DV lottery, they must meet some eligibility criteria. Here are the requirements. The applicant must be born in a qualifying country. You can see the list of eligible countries by checking the diversity lottery instructions. You must have a high school education or an equivalent, or at least 2 years of experience in qualifying work. To get more information on this, you can check the diversity lottery instructions. You don't need a passport to apply for DV Lottery 2024. At the same time, there are some exceptions for stateless individuals, as well as some people coming from countries controlled by communism. If this applies to you, it is important to check the diversity lottery instructions. You need photographs that you took no more than 6 months before you submit the lottery package. It is not permitted to wear eyeglasses in the photograph. Moreover, you are not allowed to submit the same photograph you submitted the previous year, as it will be disqualified. For more instructions and specifications regarding the photograph, you can check pages the diversity lottery instructions. Well, Only recently, the authorities reintroduced one of the easiest ways to obtain a green card in the U.S. People can register for the Diversity Immigrant Visa Program for fiscal year, which is known as the Visa Lottery. But what exactly does this mean? Let's find out more. Lottery is a program that allows people coming from countries with historically low immigration to the U.S. rates to apply for a diversity immigrant visa. This happens through a lottery process, and people who are selected have to meet particular eligibility criteria, according to the Department of State. It is free to participate in the program, and it is also very easy to apply for a visa. Once someone goes through the application process, the winners will be chosen using a randomized computer drawing. Applicants do not need a U.S. sponsor to be able to immigrate under this program. People can now register for the DC Lottery program, as registration started on October 5th and will be available till November 8th. In order for someone to qualify for the DV Lottery, they have to be citizens of countries that qualify under the program. This is all determined by the number of immigrants from that country who have gone to the U.S. within the last 5 years and also meet some basic educational requirements. People who can apply include individuals born in Taiwan and Macau SAR, but also other countries with low immigration rates. People who are looking for family-based or employment-based permanent residence in the U.S. can also apply for the DV Lottery. There are also people from certain countries who will not be able to apply for the DV Lottery. Here are the requirements. The applicant must be born in a qualifying country. You can see the list of eligible countries by checking the Diversity Lottery instructions. You must have a high school education or an equivalent, or at least 2 years of experience in qualifying work. To get more information on this, you can check the Diversity Lottery instructions. You don't need a passport to apply for DV Lottery 2024. At the same time, there are some exceptions for stateless individuals, as well as some people coming from countries controlled by communism. If this applies to you, it is important to check the Diversity Lottery instructions. You need photographs that you took no more than 6 months before you submit the lottery package. It is not permitted to wear eyeglasses in the photograph. Moreover, you are not allowed to submit the same photograph you submitted the previous year, as it will be disqualified. For more instructions and specifications, you will have to submit your entry using the online system of the Department of State. It is crucial to make sure you submit the entry on time, or else you risk not being accepted for the lottery. One person may only submit one entry, and spouses may also submit separate entries. If one of the spouses is selected, the other one also gets derivative status no matter what country they were born in. Furthermore, if you submit more than one entry, you will be disqualified. To complete the EDV entry form for the DV 2024 program, you need to offer the following information: name, date of birth, country of birth, city of birth, your gender, postal address, the country you currently reside in, passport number, country of eligibility for the program, postal address, phone number which is optional, email, current marital status, the highest academic level you've achieved, number of children, a recent photograph that meets DOS requirements. It is strongly advised that you encourage yourself to complete the entry form without a visa consultant, visa agent, or another facilitator who offers to help. So, I hope this information will guide you towards making a great application for DV Lottery 2024. Good luck in your application if you are eligible and considering making an application. Remember to subscribe and press the notification bell. Thank you.